I'm no hairdresser.
Maybe I will get a fringe, I don't think so though.
Bring the scissors back and just...
We're really pretending to be a hairdresser in this one. Sometimes you just need to chop a little bit off. Hello, I am very warm and this is very typical. I've just come from a walk upstairs and of course now my hair actually looks fine. And the reason why that's typical is because this video was going to be me cutting my own hair. Because it's just not been doing what I want it to and I think it needs a cut. I really like long hair and I don't like cutting my hair at all. But it's so dead on the ends, I know it needs a cut. And also because I am a professional actress with headshots, if I get a haircut when I'm back doing auditions, then I need to get new headshots, and I don't want to do that. So if I cut them now while I'm on the ship for another few months, it'll grow back out, and then I don't need to worry about my headshots. I've got some water, I'm very warm. I've literally just come directly from upstairs where we were doing a walk, and it's very, very hot. So here are some facts about my hair. It tends to always be frizzy. I've yet to figure out the right solution to make it not be frizzy. It's quite curly. I've kind of half brushed it out now, so I don't know if you can still see it. But what's really interesting is I've always noticed the top half of my hair is always quite straight and then the bottom half is curly. And I don't know if that's naturally just how it grows or if I need to be doing something different with my hair to stop the top half from being so straight. But my main qualm with my hair is that I cannot get it to look nice or neat. It's a real effort for me to do that. And as I say, I really like having long hair, but it takes a really long time for my hair to grow. And also, it desperately needs a wash today, but I'm gonna wait until tomorrow because I'll be back in the other cabin with a better shower. So those are the hair facts, I think. Now in terms of cutting it, back sort of at the end of 2019, start of 2020, I was really tempted to just get a pair of scissors and cut my own hair. Just because haircuts are so expensive, at least sort of for me. And I think that's just because I'm a woman with, you know, somewhat long hair. And I would always come back from the hairdressers, usually anyway, not exactly happy, not exactly pleased. And I thought, well, if I'm not going to be pleased anyway, I may as well save the 60 quid or whatever it is and just cut my own hair. And because it's curly, it's not like it needs to be perfectly straight at the bottom because you can't really tell anyway. But then I didn't do that because my mum wasn't the biggest fan of it. But then when I went back home for lockdown and, you know, everything closed and I needed a haircut, she was like, I'll cut your hair for you. She's not a professional hairdresser by any means. But at that point I was like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. So I've just got a regular pair of scissors. I don't even know where these came from. I'm pretty sure I stole them from somewhere. Maybe a job or something. Oh, and the last point is that I am in this cabin, as I say, only until tomorrow. So if I do make a mess, the Hoover will be in here tomorrow, so I don't feel as bad. That's not true, I still feel very bad, but it's not something I have to live with in my own cabin, if that makes sense. Anyway, hopefully I won't make a mess. So I'm gonna bring you down there because there's a mirror there, so sorry if the lighting's not as good. And we're just gonna do this, I think, even though I don't really want to because it actually does look nice now. Come with me. Oh, and I think the last point I forgot to make is that I don't really care about the way my hair looks. I like it to look neat. I wish it didn't look like a mess or like a bird's nest all the time, but I'm not so strict on it, like being a perfect cut or anything like that. I just wish it didn't feel as dead. It's also obviously been really hot recently. It may not be obvious, but it is to me. So maybe the sun's dried it out as well, I don't know. I'm really annoyed because looking in the mirror, it does actually look quite nice today, but it needs a cut and today's the day to do it. So I've got my rubbish €1 hairbrush here that I don't love, and I have a better one back in the UK, but this is the one I took with me for travels. And I'm just gonna brush my hair, which you shouldn't really do if you've got curls, but here we are. And I'm actually gonna change the parting, so try and get it as central as possible. I love brushing my scalp, it feels so nice. I probably didn't need to brush it as much as I did, but I just love the feeling. All right, now we're just gonna make sure this is like quite evenly split as well. Oh, and the other thing is, even if my hair does grow quite long, because it's curly, like this is how it sits now, and that's already brushed out. And then if I bring it all the way down, it goes so much further. Like it's not even in shot. Like you wouldn't know that unless I straightened it, so. All right, and now what I'm gonna do, I've got 2 little hairbands. I think I'm gonna cut like maybe that much off, which doesn't look like a lot as a curl, but it's like a fair amount. Oh, it's so dead. So I'm gonna braid it. Now, my facts might be totally inaccurate here. I'm no hairdresser. But I remember someone once saying to me, and I don't know if it was a hairdresser or just someone online or someone in a shop, I don't know, but that having longer hair is actually not good for me because the weight of the curls then stretches out this top bit and does end up making it sort of more fizzy and less curly. Don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard. And also, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I've naturally got really thin curly hair, which is not a very common sort of thing. It's always when I braid my hair that I can really tell that it's got longer. Because I used to only be able to braid it up to about here. And I think I'll probably chop just above the hairband. I don't know if you can see where the hairband is. So maybe about there. We shall see. Oh, also another fun fact about me and my hair is that I have a lot of like growing in hairs. Hence a lot of this frizz up the top. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very prominent in my life. This is always how I like to prove as well that I definitely do have curls. Aside from the fact that when I come out of the shower my hair is curly, because I always have like these little weird curls at the bottom of my plaits. Alright, is that about even? Here we go. I think I'm just gonna go. It's about there. Cool. That's so weird. How does that feel? Oh, that feels so much better. Don't want to cut the hair tie. Oh, that doesn't look very even. Although, there's my little curls. Like, it's really not that much. How does this feel now? Also a lot better. It definitely still needs a wash. Oh, I can feel something that's feeling a little bit dead. But on the whole, that feels a lot better. It's so weird because when it's in plaits, like, it doesn't feel like it's so much. And when I look at that, like, that doesn't feel like it's very much. And yet, to me, it feels like really significant. All right, let's take you out and see what you look like. Ooh, all right. Got a little shiver there. It's definitely a bit shorter. Ta-da! I mean, you can't really tell, and I think it looks a bit uneven. Can you see that? I feel like this side is a good bit longer than this side. I don't think it's necessarily too noticeable, but I do think it's a significant enough difference. But what I'll do is I'll just run my hair under the shower, not my scalp, but my hair, and then get the curls back in, and then hopefully that'll just hide it. I'm really happy actually. That feels better. Oh, I don't like it being so short. Ah. And it's not that short at all. Like, this is still longer than how I usually have it after I get it cut. Oh, that is bad. Don't know if you can see that on camera. It's like that stretch. I was even considering giving myself a fringe, but that's a more long-term sort of thing. And I think I would go to a hairdresser if I want to do that. Right, I'll give it a wash, see how I feel about it. Throw these in the bin, minus my hair ties, because I want to keep those. And then I'll speak to you after. So dead. Ah! Didn't know if you could see that on camera. It's just, hair is so weird. Like, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. So strange. Oh. Sorry, I've not washed my hair or done anything with it yet, but I was about to throw this away, but I've taken the hair tie out. And like, I did cut a fair chunk off. You just can't really tell because it's like that. Alright, other one now. So this is what it looks like. But then if I take it out, it's like that much. Oh, hello, hair. Right, I'll be back. Although look, the curls are already starting to form on their own. Brilliant, what fun. Hello, so I've not done very much so far. Literally all I did was wet my hands and then rake them through my hair and then do the little like scrunch thing. But I think that looks all right. Obviously it's still a bit wet, but that was literally like 2 minutes ago. But I think I'm happy with it. And if not, it'll grow back, I hope. I'll be curious to see if anyone can tell a difference. Probably not. I hope not. But some people are just quite observant. Anyway, I'll report back to you on that later. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. And who knows what else you're to expect in the next videos. Maybe I will get a fringe. I don't think so though. Anyway, I'll see you later. Hello, I'm about to go out.
and I just really feel like it's uneven. Like I need to tilt my head like this for it to be even close to even. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, so I might bring the scissors back and just a little bit more.
Hello, I'm just back from upstairs. I got changed into a lighter top so you can see it more clearly, and it's so obvious. So we're gonna do a little cut. I got myself a nice coffee from upstairs and some cookies. And the weather on the top deck is just perfect right now. It's warm, but not too warm, and there's a really strong breeze, but not too strong. Although that being said, I think I want to make a whole video about how much I love wind and the breeze, but that's not about now. But first of all, doing my hair like this is quite nice actually. Like you can still see that it's curly, but it's nothing too heavy on the hair, which is nice. We're really pretending to be a hairdresser in this one. Anyway, and I just pinned it back with a little clip just to get the front bits out of my face. I've been doing that a lot recently. It's a very easy solution for me. Just doesn't require any thought or anything. And I was just walking up there, even though I was in my uniform, I just felt like a princess. I think it's got to do with the hair. Sometimes you just need to chop a little bit off, and sometimes you just need to fix your own mistakes. Now I'm not even using a mirror, I'm literally using my camera. So bear with. I think it's so hard to tell because it's not straight. That was totally a guess. But I think that was not a bad guess. I actually think that was basically perfect. I don't really want to risk anymore, but we'll leave it at that for now, and then hopefully it'll grow out. And as I say, my hair's curly, so it'll look different probably in half an hour anyway. So I think I'm gonna round off the video here. No one said anything, by the way, about my hair. And I don't know if that's because they just didn't notice or if they don't want to say anything, and I wouldn't blame them if it's the latter. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it's the former. You don't really tend to notice haircuts on other people, which is so interesting, like unless it's really drastic. So I think I'm gonna end it all here. In about an hour or two, we've got gala night, so I need to go get changed and get some makeup on. And I need to pack actually, because I'm moving again. But I am moving back to my own cabin, so I'm excited about that. And to be fair, the main thing that I tend to unpack and then have to repack every time are all my notebooks. I'm just looking around the desk, there's so many. So I'll do that as well in a bit. But I've got time, so that's fine. All right, thank you very much for coming with me on this journey, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.